Hey there, it's Saturday, which means it's another sketchbook for you guys to enjoy today. Today we are jumping all the way back to 2018 to look at my first year of Mermay I ever did, which is crazy to say, and to think that it's been 5 years since then is also kind of crazy to say. I started off this sketchbook with printing out all kinds of different prompt lists that I enjoyed seeing on Instagram at the time, and I circled all the prompts that I enjoyed that kind of just like spoke to me as I read through essentially. A lot of this is done with a Bic pen, a purple one, I believe, and watercolor in it. It really depends on how it goes, but it bled sometimes. But for the most part, I really like how it looks in the sketchbook. This sketchbook is also a Canson XL Mix Media. I'm pretty sure. I painted the cover and Mod Podged a bunch of different mermaids I printed out from Pinterest at the time. So it's not the prettiest sketchbook, but it made do and is full of mermaids. I think I even had one of those cool pen loops attached to it at one point or another, just so I could also have my purple Bic pen with me at all times for whenever I wanted to sketch, which was really fun, and I think it definitely helped. But I love some of these color swatches in here, like that one I definitely want to revisit and go back to. But also, there's a lot of fan art in here at random times where I was doing prompts that I probably wasn't going to actually make into a full piece, but still that I wanted to doodle. So I definitely had a lot of fun. Here are hands I actually succeeded at barely, just barely, but I don't enjoy drawing hands, so you won't see more of those at all. But I remember doing a full seahorse painting with all of those for a friend of mine at the time, and I loved that painting, and I did it with watercolor and inks, and I definitely want to try it again. Here are the blubfish that I drew because of I think drawing with waffles at the time, maybe was that what we were doing? I can't remember. It was a lot of different prompts happening at the time, and I kind of wish I'd been better about writing more notes like I do now in my sketchbook, but it's crazy. Like look at these swatches. I definitely have redrawn this at least once or twice now, and just going back and seeing how the sketches started, and then you'll see me obviously flip through the finished pieces after you see the sketchbook. But I wanted to show you all of my pieces like this, my whale that I'm revisiting now as we speak. It's a digital piece that's sitting in my Procreate actually, and I'm enjoying it. And I think having all these sketchbooks to look back on and also pull ideas from to revisit for this year will be so much fun. So if there's anything that stands out to you, anything funny like these, like my Animal Crossing villagers I was trying to draw, it was also a mix of the Super Mario Odyssey mermaid villager kind of people I saw. So skin palette I was making at the time was also just random things I was using it for YouTube videos was also it's just a mishmash, which happens in all my sketchbooks. But this one is the most consistent with the challenge and sticking with actually sketching the prompts out. So I enjoy looking back at this. And I'm glad you can see some of these sketches because you can see did this in purple pencil. I think that's a coal erase pencil. I did that marceline and bubblegum piece in my Mosserico sketchbook, and I'm pretty sure I've posted it before, but I'm sure that'll be a flip through nonetheless. My favorite birthday piece that I've ever done. I love my little chibi version of myself, which is bound to come with my birthday coming up next month, and also the first day of Mermay being the prompt self portrait. So I also use this to take excess paint off my brush, which is what those paint pages were, just out of nowhere. The rest of this is blank, sadly, because I didn't really care to finish it, and I think the prompts ended. So there's the rest of the prompts for 2018, and my lovely, beautiful Mod Podge job done. Look at those. They are cut so beautifully. And my favorite Jacqueline de Leon like piece on the front. I love the sketchbook. It's a mess. It's disgusting looking, but it's my mess. So here we're going into all of my pieces for Mermay that year. In no particular order. That one's for May 4th. If you don't know, it's one of my most redrawn pieces besides my Tangled piece that I love to do. Um, but every May 4th, I look forward to redrawing my Padme Mermay. So here are my little pieces up close as best you can be. And I also, at the end, do some zoomed in up closeness. But I just try to flip through and show you all the finished pieces that I did. I don't think any of this watercolor paper is any good, in my opinion. I think it was just cheap Arteza watercolor paper that I chopped up with my paper cutter at the time. That's my favorite. Oh my goodness. I love that piece so much. Look at that. the colors just stand out to me so much, and I love taking these and redrawing them each year. So I will obviously show you them probably down the line side by side of all the redraws, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing, I don't know, my process, but there's Feyre, who is shimmery and glowing just like she should. God, oh, I just love all these little tiny pieces. I feel like I get a lot more done if I do tiny art pieces versus when I do the larger, bigger pieces. But that's what I have good watercolor paper like sizes of. Like all the big ones are like good paper. So I really do hope you enjoyed watching me go through all of my art and want to see more. Let me know if any stood out that I should redraw, because in the future I will be setting those aside to start my stack of redraws, which I've already started a little folder, but I'm super excited to attempt this year and hopefully record all of it. So maybe there'll be some weekly vlogs, but I really enjoy doing mermaids so much. Mermaids are the whole reason why I started drawing. So as you can see, I can actually stick to a drawing challenge for 5 whole years like this. So hopefully I can maintain the progress, but I'm going to show you some close-ups of my favorite pieces now. This is my first Padme I ever drew for Mermay. It's always on May the 4th, and it's my Star Wars mermaid. If you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen her progress through the years. Then I did this lapis one that was shaped of a teardrop, and I tried to mask it off with some really, really poor masking tape, so I'm surprised the paper's even in one piece, but I can tell I touched it up with white paint around the borders. I really enjoyed this piece. I want to definitely redraw that one. Then I'm not really super proud of this. I'm only proud of the background and the color of the ink, so this is my first self-portrait of me and my cats at the time as a mermaid. So we were all mermaids. I don't even want to address the fact that both my cats are mermaids with tails in this, but I always redraw myself, and self portrait's usually a prompt that I enjoy doing anyway. So then I remember doing a bunch of these tiny ones. They're just so much easier to draw, and there's something about the details that I just love seeing up close. Like this one has freckles all over her shoulders and her face, and the color of her background's pretty. This one has starfish pasties and lavender hair, and the color scheme really makes me happy. That rose quartz mermaid makes me smile. Like, I just love looking at these tiny pieces, and I hope I can redraw some of them this year, just even if it's just in my own personal sketchbook. But I enjoyed doing Mermay so much, and I hope you guys can follow me along this year for 2023 Mermay. And yeah, I love Mermay so much. I hope you guys enjoy it too, and I will see you guys hopefully next week, because there's gonna be more mermaid content. So let me know what you liked, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.